Hello, 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 hello. How are we doing? My name is Rob. Welcome to the live stream. This is Peanut. She may or may not stick around today. How's this camera? Can you hear me? All good? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm still kind of getting set up here. Let's see. So we've got several people in the chat right now. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. If you guys could give me a thumbs up or a yes. Yes, I can hear you. Awesome. Thank you very much. So how's everybody doing today? My name is Rob, aka Rob the Maritimer. And because I live in the Maritime provinces of, or the Maritime province of Nova Scotia in Canada, live right on the ocean here, about 30 minutes outside of Halifax, for those who know the area. And yeah, so I do this every Tuesday at the same time. I go live on YouTube here, and I'm here to answer your questions, help you in any way that I can, get your own YouTube channel going, your journey started, help with video editing, and help with live streaming if that's what you want to do. Yeah, just drop me a question, anything you want to know about any of this stuff, the equipment I use, the software I use, anything like that, and I'll help you as best I can. Okay, so yeah, so I do this once a week. I also post videos to YouTube, as most of you probably know, anywhere from 1 to 3 videos a week. And lately I've been posting a lot of YouTube shorts / Instagram Reels / TikToks. I've been doing one just about every day as kind of an experiment to see if that will help the channel grow as well, or bring in new subscribers from those other platforms. So anyways, that's what I've been up to. Why don't I go through the chat and see where everybody is watching from? If you want to introduce yourself in the chat, that'd be great. Let me know you're watching from. I'm always interested. It's kind of cool that everyone from around the world tunes in to this from everywhere. So what do we have? We have, oh, me. I was the first one to post. Lee, over 40s member. I can click on these to display them as well. YouTube name is Weezer. Hello, Lee. Welcome. Thanks for stopping in. I believe that's Lee from Creators Cove as well. If so, welcome. That's great. From the muggy Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Glad I made the live today. Awesome. Glad you did too. I'm going to Michigan in less than 2 weeks. Going to the home opener of the Detroit Lions game for all of you football fans out there. Not venturing too far outside of Detroit though. It's just a quick trip. Another one from Michigan. Hello, Rob, Ken, or hey, Rob, Ken, also from Michigan. I wanted to say thank you. After watching your videos, I had the confidence to post my first video last night. Awesome. Way to go. Congratulations. How did that feel? How does it feel? Did you watch it back, and is there anything you felt you could have done better? Probably. I mean, that's always the case. That's always the case with me. But that's an opportunity to learn as well. Yeah, no video is ever going to be perfect, but pick out what maybe you could have done a little bit better and try to work on that for the next one. That's how we grow. But congratulations. I bet that felt awesome to get that done. Makeup Effects by David. Hello from the UK. How you doing, David? Thanks for stopping in. Kim from Wisconsin. Hello, Kim. Welcome back. Good to see you here. David says, what is your starting soon music, please? So I tried to look that up because I saw that question come in as I was going live. So I have 2 services I subscribe to for my music, and also B-roll in the case of Motion Array. But I subscribe to Motion Array and Epidemic Sound. This music I got from Epidemic Sound, and it is called Evergreen Fields by Tape Machines, I believe. Let me just, here, I can bring this down here. Let me share my screen. This is Epidemic Sound, and I just did a search for Evergreen Fields, And if I look here, this little arrow suggests that I have downloaded it before. Let's just play it. That's it. Okay, so that's the one. Evergreen Fields by Tape Machines, and it is free to download if you have an Epidemic Sound account. And I have a link below if you wanted to get an account for Epidemic Sound. But yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, the beauty of downloading royalty-free music like that once you have an account is you can use it over and over and over again as long as you maintain that account. Like if I stopped my Epidemic Sound subscription, the videos I had already made with that music are fine, right? But I wouldn't be able to make any new videos using that music if I'm no longer a subscriber. So that's kind of the way that works. And if you run into any issues with YouTube, like if your video gets flagged for copyright infringement or, sometimes that happens by accident, but Epidemic Sound, they help, right? You can tell it what your YouTube channel is, and that'll help you not get flagged for copyright infringement right off the bat. But in the event that it does happen, it gets reversed like within 24 hours. And so no issues there. And I also like Motion Array. The thing I like about Motion Array is that, they also have lots of music. I'd say Epidemic Sound probably has more. But Motion Array also has lots of B-roll. So like video footage for like anything. So if you wanted to add B-roll to your videos, by B-roll, I mean just supporting video that's like if you're making a video with yourself as the main person talking on camera, but then you want to split that up. You want to continue talking, but then have a different video showing. Like, let's say I'm talking about icebergs. Then maybe I want to cut to a shot that shows a video of a boat going by an iceberg, for instance. You can look that up on Motion Array, download that, and then put that in your video. So that's what I like about Motion Array. You can also get footage like that and graphics. Both of them have sound effects as well. So anyways, they're both great. So hopefully that helped. Who else we have here? Cassie K from Philly. Hello, Cassie. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Auden Lindhelm from Norway. Hello, Auden. How you doing? Good to see you. Cassie says, I created a mock-up of an Instagram feed in Canva. I would like to show this using a scrolling up effect, but not sure how to do this in Camtasia. So I'm not exactly sure what you mean. A scrolling up effect. So one thing you can't, so I don't know if this is exactly what you're trying to do, but if you're making a video in Camtasia, well, in any video editing software, and so if you're making a reel that's typically 1920 tall by 1080 wide, it's basically a widescreen turned on its edge, then so if it's 1920 tall, if you can get an image that's say twice that tall, right, and then start it all the way at the bottom, but then have it kind of scroll up, and by scroll I mean animate it up so that the whole thing moves up, that would show you this, that would give you the same effect as scrolling down. Or you can have it scroll the other way, or if you want to scroll side to side, make it extra wide, but then have half of it, the image, start off screen, and then it kind of slides over to the part that you didn't see at first. So does that make sense? I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to do, but that's what popped into my head. Maybe that is what you're doing. If I got lucky. 5 out of 5. The Weezer can hear me. Yes, I can hear you. Smart Money Moves. Hello, good to see you. Pam Powers. Hello, Pam. Pamela, good to see you. Yes, you can hear us. Can hear me. Loud and clear. Lisa. Hello, Lisa. How you doing? Violetta from Valeni, Romania. Hello, Violetta. Good to see you. Loud and clear. Rebecca says, you're my favorite new find on YouTube. Awesome. I'm blushing now, but thank you. Glad you found me and glad you're liking the videos. Cassie K says, when you started, how long did it take you to make your Camtasia tutorials, and how long do those take you now to film and edit? That's a great question. So, and this will, it'll kind of highlight how you can speed up the process as the more you do it. So when I first started, if I go back, say 3 years ago, to my first videos, they took me quite a while. They would, well, I mean, see, the thing is, I had been using Camtasia for a few years before I made any YouTube videos. I was editing videos for clients through Fiverr or through a previous job that I had. So I was somewhat familiar with Camtasia. But once I decided to get into YouTube, then there was a whole bunch of new things I had to learn as well. If I'm now filming myself, which I had never done before, I got a new camera, and holy cow, there's a whole lot of settings in these new cameras, so that was confusing. Lighting, did some research on how to set up the lights, and if I look at my old videos now, they look awful to me, so I feel like I'm getting better at that. So you're going to get better over time. But to answer your question, my first YouTube videos with Camtasia, they took me days because, yeah, I did. The problem I had was if I'm going to do a tutorial video where I'm sharing my screen, I'm going through something, I need to be exactly sure what I'm going to show. Okay, so again, I had some experience creating tutorial videos without my face or without anybody's face, just a voiceover, and that's relatively easy because if I make mistakes I can do it again, and things like that. But when I'm recording my face as well, and in my earlier videos I did record my face and screen at the same time in Camtasia. Is that the way I did it? Anyways, yeah, there was a lot of editing, so and I got better at that part of it. So if I go along and if I made a mistake, I would back up what I said and say it again. But then the first few times I did it, when I went to go into editing, I just found it really difficult because I may have backed up my voice, but I may not have backed up the cursor because I was also recording, the screen. And you have to think about, well, I can't have the screen jumping all over the place without it being kind of fluid. So there were some tricks that I learned to help with that. I got better at not only, rewinding what I was going to say, say and speak into the microphone, but also back up my cursor and try to have it in roughly the same place it was when I made the mistake. So there was a lot of editing involved, and it took me a long time. And then, I don't know if you've seen my recent video about my YouTube journey. I made a video last Wednesday, that kind of went through my whole journey. And there were two periods where there was a long period of time where I never made any videos at all. When I finally got back at it and put a genuine effort into making a good go with YouTube, which was basically this past February, March, I developed a new way to do it. So I would film my intro and ending first, and the ending more often than not was just advertising this live stream. But I do the intro with a teleprompter first and try to get that message delivered real tight. This is what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. And then when I filmed the part where I'm doing a tutorial, I just got, the more I practiced it, I just got better at not messing up. Or if I did, I would edit out that section. But just practice made me better. And to the point now, the last tutorial videos I made, well, the last ones I made were for the course that I have now, but the ones I made in June, I was pretty quick. I'd be able to do a video in a day. And that would include everything from scripting the intro to recording the body of the tutorial, the editing. I had a template set up, or not really a template, but I'd reuse other projects so that I wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Use the same kind of title, use the same intro graphics and stuff like that. So it did get a lot quicker. So I hope that answered your questions. Maybe it took me 3-4 days when I first started, and now, I mean, if I wanted to make a tutorial video now and I knew exactly what I wanted to make it of, and I didn't have to do any extra research because I already know how to do it, I'd say half a day, like several hours. And the filming would be a very small part of that. The editing would take me more time than the filming. And then, yeah, uploading, getting the description together, the tags, the title, thumbnail, all of that I could do within half a day now. So I hope that helps. Smart Money Moves from Rhode Island. Hello, welcome. Rebecca's in Ontario. Awesome. Ontario, Canada or Ontario, California? I've been tripped up with that before. Crystal Lynn here from Hamilton, Ontario. Hello, Crystal. Good to see you. Dan Frankel and Dan and Kelly in Scottsdale, Arizona, where the Canadians winter. Yes, they do. Generally speaking, I think the Western Canadians winter in Arizona, and the Eastern Canadians more often than not go to Florida. But I've been to Florida. My parents used to have a place there. I've also been to Arizona, and I try to convince them, Arizona, it is so much, yeah, it's hot, but it's not as humid as Florida. That's the difference I noticed. But for anybody who likes to golf, they're both awesome for golf. Love Arizona. Love Sedona. Sedona's beautiful. Violetta says, despite my small size channel, for me, shorts are very helpful in terms of audience and subscribers. Okay, very good. That's awesome. Shorts is definitely, so yeah, there's different ways you can grow a channel for sure. I'm starting to use shorts to help promote my channel with the intention of moving them over to my long form videos. So yeah, I'm making, short 30-second shorts that is just a little snippet of, or a little clip of a section of one of my videos. Just enough to maybe get somebody's attention. If they want to watch the whole thing, there's the full length video, a link to it. So that's kind of the way I've been doing it. Other people make shorts only and have those videos stand on their own. So, I mean, there's many different ways you can do it. But that's great. If that works for you, that's awesome. Greg from the UK listening while out on a long run. Very good. Awesome. That's cool. I've listened to podcasts on a run. I don't know if I've ever listened to a YouTube video on a run, but training for an Ironman. Wow, that's cool. Awesome. Which one? Kona in Hawaii? So you are in the UK. So very good. Awesome. Tanya's Talk of the Town. Hello from Sydney, Australia. Hello. Must be late there or early. Other side of the world. Hi, everybody from the Weezer in Michigan. Just found you and subscribed. Awesome, Rebecca. Thanks and welcome aboard, I like to say. Maritime speak. Viva's Corner. Hi, everyone. Hello, Viva. How you doing? Roy's Timber Art Techniques. I'm in England and any help is greatly appreciated. Awesome. Hello, Roy. Good to see you. Meadow Outdoors from Jackson Heights, New York City. Welcome aboard. Actually, I recognize Jackson Heights. You've been here before. Meadow Outdoors. Welcome back. Lots of hand clapping from the Weezer. Loud and clear. My daughter went to the university in Nova Scotia, Xavier. Oh, St. of X. So St. Francis Xavier. That is in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Very popular university. Nice small university. I think maybe 3,000 people. Not too many people, which is nice. Hello from Orlando. Hello, XT. Welcome. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, Weezer. Do you know anything about, so Moon Goddess Diaries. Hello, Moon Goddess. How you doing? Do you know anything about copyright ID claims and how it affects your video and or your channel? So here's what I know. So first of all, I try to stay away from them. So I go out of my way to make sure I only use music that I know is safe. And I also don't put any clips from other videos in my video. So if your videos are always 100% yours and the music that you're getting or the video footage that you're getting from royalty-free sites that you subscribe to, you should be fine. But if you do get copyright claims, so here's how I know about what happens. So it's basic. So some people, some copyright owners. Now take this with a grain of salt. This is what I know. I'm not an expert in this because I've never had a copyright claim that I did not get reversed because it was something I downloaded legally from, Epidemic Sound or Motion Array. But from what I know and what I've heard, if you use, let's say, copyrighted music in your video and you get a copyright claim, that could mean they may let your video stay on YouTube, in which case any earnings you get from that video you actually won't get. They'll all go to the person who has a copyright claim on the video, right? So they may decide, yeah, let's leave it up. That's fine. No worries. But I'm taking the money. And YouTube just sends it to them instead of you. So that's one thing. Another thing would be maybe the copyright owner doesn't want it on YouTube at all or in your video. They don't, whatever. And in which case it can be taken down. They could get YouTube to take it down. So either way, I believe they count as copyright strikes and you only get so many strikes. I don't believe it helps your channel at all. I don't know exactly what the ramifications are, but I would presume that so many strikes would equal, you could lose your channel if you continue to do that. But I would have to actually do some research as to what could happen if you continued down that path. But yeah, my suggestion is to stay away from reusing other people's content. Now, I know some people will use video content and like make reaction type videos. Generally, that's okay. So like the rule of thumb is if you're using like a clip of somebody else's video, as long as you're adding value to it, and perhaps even acknowledging whose video that is, then it's probably okay. It's fair use. It's under the fair use policy. So if you're adding value, like you can't just replay someone's video and then say, there, I hope you liked that video, right? You didn't add anything to it. But if you're replaying something and then every 10 seconds you stop it and you discuss it, or then those types of videos are okay. That's what I believe. Okay, so again, not a lot of experience with those sorts of things, but that's my understanding. So I hope that helps. Hello, Michael. Hello from Florida. Appreciate your easy flow and comfortable delivery. Great. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. It's funny how many people say that I seem so comfortable in my videos because I am not. I mean, even right now, I feel like I'm sweating a little bit. Well, I am. It's kind of warm. But when I'm over there in the chair and filming those videos and I don't know exactly what I'm going to say, I have to sit down and think quite a bit before I start those videos. And then that's why I usually have so many false starts in the beginning because I don't like, it's almost like I'm making it up as I go what the intro is going to be like. Like I don't know, I don't have the intro scripted at all. And yeah, it's nerve-wracking. And it's frustrating sometimes if it takes me a long time. But I guess the trick I do, I try to picture that I'm talking to a friend who doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I try to explain it that way. Okay, if that makes sense. So for somebody who, somebody who doesn't know anything about YouTube, and I'm trying to teach them about YouTube, I try to teach it to them, and I try not to make any assumptions. Okay, and every once in a while when I'm looking at the camera, I might even see their face, and I might smile a little bit, like I'm actually. I don't know. I don't know how easy or hard that is to do. That's just, for me, that seems to work for me. Some people tape a picture of somebody they know underneath the camera lens, but you have to be careful with that. If you keep looking at the eyes of that picture, then you're never looking into the camera lens. I try to, every once in a while, glance down at my bullet points that I typically have taped on a piece of paper on my tripod. But I'm trying to get better at it being a very quick glance and making it look like I didn't even look away. Because, generally as I talk, I might be looking up in the sky and looking all over. Maybe I glance down there. And if I do enough of that, you may not notice. Okay, so that's just a practice thing. And I do feel like I'm getting more and more comfortable with it, but you know, I still don't feel like a pro at this at all. So thank you. If it does come across like that, that's awesome to hear. Thanks. Roy's Timber Art says, what do I press on here to directly answer somebody's question? How do I get there? Name on my response? You would just, I mean, this chat is not like a regular, like a Facebook feed or anything. Like you can't reply to a specific message. You would just have to refer to that message. You could go at somebody, like whoever asked the question, and then give your answer that way. That's as far as I know. But you can't. It won't look like you answered like a reply to a message, because this chat is just linear. It's just chronological and linear. How did you answer me using my name highlighted? Weezer. Oh. Okay. Okay, and here comes the answer. At Roy's, put the @ start typing the name should be there. Click on it. Hey, there you go. I didn't know that. I guess I don't go in live chats, other live chats very often to respond, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. So let's see. Let me just try this at Roy's. I'm going to go into my chat. Go at Roy. Look at that. There it is. Like this. There you go. So, yeah, I just typed in @ and started to type in Roy's, and it popped up. You click it, and you finish typing what you want to type, and off it goes. Thank you, Weezer. That's awesome. I learned something new today, too. Awesome. Ontario, Canada. Love catching the hints of your East Coast accent. Rare to hear over here. Yes, it would be. Yeah, I lived in Ontario for 6-7 years in Mississauga back in the late 90s, early 2000s. No, late. I left in 2000, so a long time ago. Mississauga has really grown since I left. Put the @ start type. There it is. Awesome. Violetta says thank you. Florida can be hot, whereas here we go. Preheat Arizona. Place frozen pizza in for 13 minutes and allow to cool before serving. What? Oh, Architectural Sheet Metal 101. Hello and welcome. It says, what camera do you use? So I've got two, but they're essentially the same thing, only I think they are maybe 3 years apart. This one is the A60. They're both Sony. This is the A6400. And this one is a newer version of that called the ZV-E10. They're essentially the same. The ZV-E10 I think is a little cheaper now, and it's a little bit easier to use. I actually like it better because I like the flip out screen. If you notice, this one has a flip out screen like this, out to the side, whereas this one has a flip up screen. If I can, let's see if this works. There we go. Yep. So now I'm using my iPhone, but that is the Sony A6400. I think it says it right on the top. Oh my God, look at the dust. 6400 flip up screen like this. Okay. Whereas this one over here has the flip out screen. And this thing can rotate all the way around. I can't do it now because I have this plugged in so that it's plugged into what I'm doing here. Say hi to Peanut. Peanut. Say hi. Hi. Okay. There you go. That's her cameo. So yeah, that's what I use now. But it's not enough just to say the camera. And people ask me quite often, what cameras do I use? And the lens is super important. So the lens that typically comes with both of these cameras is the 16 to 50 mil. It's called a kit lens. It comes with the kit. But that is an f3.5 at the lowest, and it's 3.5 to 5 point something. If you want the blurry background, which you see a bit here, like the closer I get to the camera, notice how everything in the background is blurry. If I get out of the frame, perhaps it would go back into frame. or less blurry. Okay, so to get that blurry background with not that much space between myself and the background, you need that f number low. So I've got an f 1.4 16 millimeter lens on this one by Sigma, and that's the one. It's very popular among YouTubers, content creators, vloggers. Yeah, because I just love the way it looks. And so right now I have the kit lens on that one, and can I press this button? Yeah, so that's the kit lens. And notice how, so my hand is in kind of in focus, but the background is pretty much in focus too. I mean, there's a little bit of difference. But that's the kit lens. When I film over there, like when I make a video over there, I take this lens off of this camera and I put it on that one. Okay, because I want the blurrier background. I want myself to be very crisp and clear and in focus. I mean, I'm always going to be in focus. It's just that the separation you get from having a blurry background looks really nice, in my opinion. And maybe that's not the look you're going for, but yeah, that's what I use. I love it. Again, the ZV-E10 is a newer version of basically the same camera. They are crop sensor cameras. They're not full sensor, but you know, quite honestly, to me, that just means they're a lot cheaper. So I think this one was around, I'm going to talk Canadian dollars, around $1,200–1,300 Canadian, so maybe around $1,000 US. This one I think is on for like $800 US, $799, maybe it's $699, I can't remember. Yeah, and then the lens itself is I think maybe 400, 300, 400, something like that US. But yeah, that's what I use, and I love it. I love both of them. Let's see, what do we got next here? I probably need to do some templates. Spirit Dragon Tarot, how you doing, Spirit Dragon? I probably need to do some templates. Ugh, maybe I will get to it one day. Hello. Yeah, templates do help speed things up. But even if you don't want to make a template, I mean, honestly, what I do more often than not, instead of using templates, is I will start from the last video I made. And I'll make a copy of it, change the title, the file name, open it up, delete what I don't want, keep what I do want, and then put in my new footage. And then, you know, that's basically a template. Okay, that's kind of the same thing. So maybe that would help. Portugal Iron Man, thanks for the shout out. Great content, keep up the great work. I'd love to see Portugal. That's someplace I'd like to go. That's just across the pond from here. It's a bit of a trip, but that we're okay. Yeah, very good. Can you please share your camera settings to get your clear on screen with your background somewhat blurred? Struggling with mine. So the background blur. So again, there's two ways to get a blurry background. One, with a standard lens with a like an f 3.5 or something, you need your background to be far away from you, right? If your room is kind of small, like this room is relatively small, and I still want a blurry background, I don't have enough space behind me to make it blurry naturally, then you need a low f number on the lens. So you'd need a new lens. F 1.4 is what I use. So I wouldn't be able to achieve that shot without this lens. It's, again, I think I have a link to it down below. It's the Sigma, here, let's go, Amazon.com, no, let's just go Sigma F 1.4, 16 mils. There's one, yeah, there's used on eBay for $300. That's probably Canadian. Best Buy Canada. But anyways, this is the way it looks. If that's going to open up. That is what the lens looks like. Okay, again, these are Canadian dollar, Canadian prices. If I go to Amazon, but go .com, I'll force it to go to .com. We go Sigma There it is right there, Sony E-mount. That's the lens. That's it. So, and I think these are US prices, but that's it without any extras. So, and there it is again. So $399. That's the lens. Okay, so there you go. That's if you have a Sony camera like mine, an E-mount camera. That's the name of the mount, so the lens can attach to it. These are the crop sensor cameras. Again, another good reason for the crop sensor cameras, if they're not full frame, your lenses are going to be a lot cheaper too. If you went full frame, your lenses are also more expensive. They're bigger, right? Now, it's a full sensor. Technically, the quality of the pictures and video you get is greater. But if you like my, the look from my cameras, they're just crop sensor cameras. I'm not using the A7S III that is also very popular, or was very popular when I was looking online at YouTubers and what cameras to use. That's more like $3,000-$4,000 for cameras like that, whereas this one is a third of the price. So, but yeah, they would take better, more color accuracy, more ways, like 10-bit color. If you want to really get into that, you can. But to me, it gets really technical, and that's way more than I need. To kind of further the settings, so I use this lens. I turn my I just use auto white balance. Quite honestly, I know photographers or videographers who know anything about it would probably wrap my knuckles for saying that, but I just don't want to. I don't want to have to mess with it. Auto white balance is what I do. The ISO I put as low as possible, so 100 when I use this lens. I usually actually go ISO auto when I change. Like that one is on auto right now with the kit lens. Shutter speed should be 1/, double your frame rate. So when I make my videos, I make them 4K 30 frames per second. These live streams are 1080p 30 frames per second. In both cases, with 30 frames per second, you'd want your shutter speed to be 1/60. Okay, that gives you the natural motion blur. If you go like 1/240, then yes, you could take a snapshot of your video and have it be more clear with no blur, but it's just not as natural looking to the naked eye. So that's why I have it set at that. And I think that's pretty much it. Autofocus, I leave autofocus on my face, face detection. You can set your camera up to have face detection. And I have that. Wide angle, like wide area for the autofocus. That means that even if I'm over here, it should detect my face and stay in focus. If I go off screen, then I'm not in focus. Let's see, come back here. Oh, that focus. I mean, the Sony cameras focus so fast. It's awesome. I love them. Anyway, I don't have anything to compare to though, but I'm happy with them. Hello from Barrie, Ontario. Hello, Barrie, Ontario. I know exactly where that is. Studio Tez Art. Hi there. Hi there. How you doing? Yep, you're set. Hello from the UK, Ratcatcher. How you doing, Ratcatcher? Hello, Tommy. How you doing? Killer video quality. Have you calibrated your camera output? Not exactly sure what you mean by that, but I will say that my camera is set to 4K 30, but I know 1080p 30 is what's getting to the computer because I have my camera going through this ATEM Mini video. It's an ATEM Mini Pro video switcher, and that's what allows me to switch cameras between this one and that one. I just press these buttons here. I go back to my iPhone. Whoops, I'm gonna tighten this up. This here, right there, is the ATEM Mini Pro. So I can switch between camera angles, and it switches. Oh, it's not switching now because I have it set on my iPhone. But camera 1 is the main one I'm looking at from my desk. Camera 2 is that one. Okay, whatever it's seeing. And that one is camera 1. And I switch them through here. But this thing throttles any video down to 1080p. Okay, it can't do 4K. It's not a 4K switcher. It's only 1080p. Okay, so because of that, whoops, there. Because of that, it's throttled down to 1080p, and that's all I want to stream at, anyways. Because I would need more bandwidth. I don't have a fantastic upload internet connection. I have great download speed. I think it's like 1 gig down, or like 980 megabits per second down, but I only have 15 megabits per second upload. And upload is what you need when you're live streaming, because I'm, doing my thing here. This signal is going through into my YouTube and getting uploaded to YouTube, where you guys are downloading it and watching it. Okay? Most people only ever really download. If all you're doing is searching the web or watching Netflix or watching anything on TV, that's all download actions. Upload actions would be if you're live streaming like this, if you're uploading a video to YouTube, if you are, sending emails, that would be uploading, right? So, but most people don't do near as much uploading as they do downloading. And we have find the button here. Super chat from Architectural Sheet Metal. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Keep up the good work. How's Ecamm compared to StreamYard? I love it. So Ecamm, as you've noticed, or I've probably said, that's what I'm using now. I love Ecamm Live. I do. It's only available for Mac, but that's what I'm using now. I switched over to a Mac in March of 2023, a little over a year and a half ago now. And I have used StreamYard, but I've also, on both Mac and PC. The thing with StreamYard is if I wanted to broadcast this live stream on 2 platforms, let's say YouTube here and also, Facebook, then if I'm using Ecamm, then my computer would have to send 2 copies of this stream. I'd have to upload twice. It'd be uploading to YouTube and uploading to Facebook. Okay, so I would need double the bandwidth that I need when I am only broadcasting to one place. With StreamYard, you can just broadcast to one place. You broadcast not directly to YouTube, but you broadcast to StreamYard servers. They then will package that and send it out to wherever you want to be broadcasting. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever, right? But I did find that the quality of the picture that I get out of Ecamm is better, and I think that has to do with bitrate. They're both 1080p, but might have something to do with the bitrate. So I love it. Both of them allow you to display messages on screen like I'm doing right now. Whereas with OBS, you'd have to kind of jury rig something that will allow you to do that. And I have made that work, but it was kind of clunky and it didn't work in week 2. Week 3 it did, and week 4 it didn't work again. So I just got frustrated. I didn't want to have to worry about it. This works fantastic, and as it does with StreamYard as well, the displaying the chats. So again, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let me go back to where I was in the chat. Scrolling up, I'm a little bit behind. Hello from the UK. Wooden Bell, hello, how you doing? Can you purchase a song to use in your video? That's a good question. I suppose you probably could. I guess it depends on where you buy it from. You can't buy you can't go out and buy a Taylor Swift song to play on your iPhone and then use that in a video. That doesn't count. You would have to buy the rights to that song, and Taylor Swift's not going to sell you those rights. So I guess it depends. If you're talking about like an indie artist, maybe you could. I really don't know. I've never tried to do that. I would think that would be difficult unless you know of a local artist and you like their music and you want to use it in their videos. Then you could approach them and ask them, hey, can I use this in my videos, and how much would you charge, and blah blah blah. But yeah, no, it's not something I've ever done. So yeah, I just find it easier. I guess it's a couple $100 a year to use Motion Array or Epidemic Sound, and then you have a subscription. And even if you only have that subscription for 1 month and you get the song you want for your one video, then you're good. But if you ever want, then you could cancel, and your video is still good. But if you then ever want to use that music again, you would have to be a subscriber again. Okay. So there you go. That's what I know about that. Meadow Outdoors says, how is the newer, I never know how you're supposed to say that, light working for you? I am finding it hard to decide. Not so bad. Oh, actually, I just realized I've got one on back here. So I bought the kit that had 2 of the 18.5-inch panels. That's one of them right there. And the other one is here that I'm using for my key light right now. I don't think it's bad at all. Now, this one up here is better, only because it's a much larger surface area and there's a soft box, and I've got the grid material there. The grid material helps keep the light focused and not spilling out to the sides. So that is a better one. It's just that I got tired of moving this back and forth between making my videos over there and having it over here for my live streams. I just got this panel, and I don't know, you tell me, do you think that looks okay? Yes, you can see like light on my head here. No, that one is from over there, but this one, this shiny spot on my forehead is that light there. Maybe that shiny spot would be a little more diffuse if I had a larger light that might not be on as bright, right? Like a 39-inch large softbox or something. Then the light's not as harsh. The other thing you might notice is, well, here, see, you can see the shadow of my glasses here. That's something I kind of fight with a lot over there with that light there, actually. In the videos I make when I'm sitting down there, I don't like this dark shadow like that, and it wouldn't be so dark and pronounced if it was a softbox light. So at some point I may replace that one there with a softer box over in that corner. But quite honestly, I'm probably splitting hairs here now because, with that light and that light there, I still had videos do really well on YouTube. So, yeah, so it really, it's up to you. It's not gonna, it's more of a quality thing. If you feel it looks better, then you can try it. But you could quite honestly get away with these lights, I'm finding. So I hope that helped. And we have another from Grethy Liss Bauman. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Another super chat. Okay. So yeah, they come in a little bit strange on this chat, but I see it here in the live chat. I really appreciate that. Much appreciated. DKK. That must be so Denmark, I believe. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're liking the content. That's awesome. Awesome. And welcome to the live stream. I paid for... Oh, wait now. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Thank you for appreciate your advice. No problem. I paid for a CD 30 years ago. Recently tried to use it in a video and it was flagged. Yeah, no, you wouldn't be able to do that. So if you bought a CD, then it was commercial music, right? You can't use that. You don't own that music. You own that copy of that music to be able to listen to it personally. That's really all. Whenever you buy CDs or albums, or I guess us over 40 people understand that language now. Now you don't typically buy CDs, but you can, I guess. But yeah, whenever you buy stuff like that, it's for your own use. And even back 30 years ago, technically you would not be allowed to play that CD at a large event where everybody could hear it, like a dance, right? You usually have to pay royalties to the owner of that music to be able to use it. Okay, technically. Now, if you're having a kind of a small party, then no one's gonna. It's not a big deal. Everybody does that. But yeah, but if you're uploading to YouTube, that's available for the world to see. If your video goes crazy and gets millions of views, well, then the owner of the music that was in that video is going to want a piece of that. Okay, so because you used their music, it wasn't yours. Okay, so hope that helped. For the previous comment, 1 minute music track was flagged. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how they do it, but YouTube, YouTube is smart. They have algorithms and automated listening computers, I guess. They know when copyrighted music is used. They've got, I don't know how it works. To me, it's magic, but they know. And also video clips. If you played like a 1 minute section of a video, like a movie, commercial movie, like Avatar, or Star Wars, or whatever, yeah, it would get flagged for that too, because it's not yours. Let's see now, where are we? I'd say you're a pro. You are teaching others how to do what you're currently doing. I guess technically, yes. But I like to say that I don't consider myself an expert in a lot of this stuff. I know a little bit about a lot of things, enough to do what I'm doing, and I can teach you and help you with what I know. But sometimes, like, I know I'm only scratching the surface of some of the things that I'm using, especially like these cameras, and even with the way YouTube works, right? Like, I'm not an expert in that either. This is the first and only YouTube channel that I'm growing, and I'm kind of taking you guys along for the ride, and I'll teach you what I learn as I go, tell you what I'm doing, show you my results, and hopefully that helps you too. So yeah, that's kind of the way I'm approaching this. Cassie says, my sister lives in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, so not far from you. Not far at all. That's just on the other side of the harbor. Very good. Hello, Paul. How you doing? Very inspired by your blogs. I just want to get people near me to find my business. What do you think is best for this? YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, or all of them? Thank you. Okay, let me think on that. So if you want to get people near you to find your business, you certainly can use YouTube, but there may be other things you want to use too. Maybe Facebook, if you have a number of friends in Facebook. I guess it depends on what you're starting with and where your current audience is, and it also depends on the kind of business you have. Like, is it an online business, or is it a brick and mortar business that has a physical address? Those are typically ones that, yeah, you'd want to advertise to local people. One thing you do, if you do have a Facebook account that's personal, you could set up a business Facebook account. And once that's set up, you could tell all your friends from your personal account, hey, if anybody's interested, here's my business Facebook account. This is what we do, and feel free to go over there and, follow me there too. Right? You could do that. You can use all of those different platforms to try to channel traffic in whatever direction you want. Maybe Facebook is what you want. If it's YouTube. So what I like about, I know more about YouTube. What I would do in your case is I'm going to make some assumptions here, but let's say it is a brick and mortar business. You have a place of business and you sell stuff. Well, what you could do with YouTube, or any videos really, is you could make videos that help people with those things that don't necessarily relate directly to selling the things you sell, but maybe support videos, or how to use this product cleverly, in a clever way. Make videos like that and say, if you want to learn more, there's my business, and you can have a link to whatever, your Facebook channel. Put your business address in there if you want as well. Like, all of these platforms have global reach. So yeah, you would want to. I guess it really depends on your type of business. I'm kind of struggling here with. I don't know if what I've said so far has helped or not. It's really hard to say without knowing exactly what you're doing and what you sell, what your business is. But yeah, I would tend to lean towards picking one favorite platform and use the others to direct traffic to that one platform. Okay, whatever that platform is, and maybe your platform again is an address, like a specific brick and mortar building, which is totally fine. And if that's the case, then you'd probably want to put in your description and tag somewhere of your video, indicate what your location is, right? If that's important. Okay, so I hope that helps. Roy says, if you do a live video, how do you get it to appear in the videos for your own channel? Seems to take for ages until it appears. It happens automatically. It should happen relatively quickly. So what happens is when your live stream is finished, it then gets turned into a video on demand. And if you go to your channel's homepage, click on the live tab. So if I'll just show you here. If I share my screen, so here is my channel, okay? And so up here, so that's the home page of the channel. Okay, then you can look at videos, you can look at the shorts, and then click on the live tab. So this one, so see it says right here live. That's the one right now. We've got 49 people watching. This is the live stream I'm doing right now. This is the one from last week. Okay. And there it says streamed 6 days ago. That happens automatically. That gets put there automatically. It does take some time for the chat replay to get added to it. But yeah, it should show up fairly quickly after you're done. That's my experience anyways. If it takes, maybe what you're referring to, maybe it takes a while for the chat replay to get added to that, I suppose. That could be. So anyways, yeah, again, automatic. Simply Nikki. Hello, Nikki. How you doing? Good to see you here. Desk tour. Did I give you a desk tour yet? How about a real quick one with my iPhone? So, see if this works now. So we've got over here, start over here. That's the brains. That's my MacBook 2021, MacBook Pro M1 Max computer. Everything is plugged into that. I have just a calculator here. I've got a Stream Deck here. I use that to go to my iPhone now or switch back to the other buttons like that. Go to iPhone. InnoView, that's that one there. Okay, so anyways, that's the brains, that's the Stream Deck. That is my little 18.5-inch portable monitor. That is a 32-inch BenQ 4K monitor that I love to do my video editing on. That's the Ecamm Mini video switcher. That is with cat hair on it, the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. That's my audio interface. And if you follow this wire, it goes all the way under the desk and up here to that microphone. Okay, that microphone is a Synco Mic D2. I've got a little magic arm there because I actually don't have it hooked into this. But yeah, that's just a Rode, I think that's a Rode desk arm. What else? I've got that set up over there as that's where I put my mic. This same mic here goes over there when I'm filming there in that chair. This is the camera I use for that, and I have a cat there. But if you notice, I've got duct tape on the floor, so I know always where to put that tripod. Okay, that's to get the same shot always of me in that chair. I've got the Rocket monitors. I forget what number they are. Rocket 5, I think. KRK Rocket 5. Another monitor, that's just a cheap 1080p monitor turned on its side. Anyways, I don't know what else. I think that's probably. If there's anything else you want specific, I actually did a video. I've got a behind the scenes video I did. Oh, where is it? I can show you right here. If I go back. Whoops. Oh, what did I do here? There we go. I got to watch that scroll wheel. But if I go down here, oh no, I'm on the live tab. If I go to videos, we scroll down. This one right here. How I record my videos, behind the scenes set. That one there. Looks like I'm in the middle of it. So yeah, that video there. That'll walk you through everything that everything that I use to make my videos. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that helps. That'll give you some more stuff to look at. There's a very quick desk tour. Health and wealth. 1:33 p.m. Cut this section of you talking how to make a background blurry up for a short video. Include a link to your cameras on Amazon for your store to earn a commission maybe. Yeah, not a bad idea. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Huff Photo presents. Hi all, how you doing? Good to see you. Architectural sheet metal. I have the ZV-1. Had its own lens that you can't remove. I need one to attach a lens to. Yeah, the ZV-1, I know about that one as well. I don't have one, but that was billed as a great vlogging camera that you can hold, nice and lightweight. But you're right, the lens you can't remove. If that's the only reason you don't like that camera, the ZV-1, then the ZV-E10 I would think is for you, because that's I think it's very similar, but you can change lenses. Okay, but I think I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the picture quality and everything else, like 4K 60 perhaps, I think all of that is the same. But yeah, that's what I would look at. I'm going to send you a subscribe. I'm just north of you. Okay, yeah, right. You're having I think that's Michigan, right? Michigan. I will try that. Thank you. It's 3:30 a.m. in Australia. I need to sleep now. Good night. Good night. Thanks for stopping in. Would a 35mm lens work as well to create the blur effect in a small room? Yes. The difference is you would be much bigger. Okay? Because I think, yeah, it's not so much the millimeter number. So this is a 16mm. If this was a 35mm, my face would be like much bigger in the screen, which means if you want the same distance or the same look as this, I'd have to set the camera back a lot farther, and then the background would not be as blurry. But if you can be the same distance away from your camera and you're okay with that, with your face filling out much more of the screen, then if the f number is still low, like f1.4, if it's a 35mm with an f1.4, then yeah, you can get a blurry background. It's just that, again, 35mm, your face is going to be bigger in the shot, unless you set the camera back further. So I'm not sure if that helps or not, but hopefully. Where are we? Health and Wealth is in Orillia, Ontario, I assume. Orillia, which is very close to Barrie. Do you back up all the video footage? If so, for how long do you store it before deleting? So what I do, so far I've stored everything. Now, some people delete stuff after they've posted their video to YouTube, and you can do that. It's just that I have so much storage space, not technically a backup because it's just one copy, but what I have is a Synology NAS that has, what does it have? I think it's got like 35 terabytes or something. It's got a lot, a lot of storage space. And I when I'm finished with a project, or usually I'll keep the last month's worth of projects on my laptop, and then when I'm, every couple of weeks or so, I'll move the older ones off of my computer and I'll move them to my NAS, the Synology NAS, the DS1621, which is, let me just look that up. 1621 plus, I think, is what it was. Yeah, this is going to be a Canadian site, but it'll give you an idea what it looks like. This right here. So again, that's Canadian dollars, but see each one of those drives, 1, 2, 3, those 6 bays, and you can put like 16 terabyte drive in each one of the, 16 terabyte drive in each one of those, and set it up in a RAID configuration so that if any one drive fails, you don't lose anything. Just replace that drive with a new one, and you're good to go. So that's where I store my stuff, on something like that. Yeah, so yeah, that's so far I've been able to keep everything because I have so much space. I haven't had the need to delete anything yet. Fatah Abukar, hello, how you doing? Good to see you. I am well, thank you. Jamie Holt says, are you really live right now? I am live right now. Although you probably asked that half an hour ago. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. Shutter speed to be 1/60, yes, for 30 frames per second. If you're filming in 60 frames per second, then 1/120. If you're filming in 24 frames per second, then 1/48 or 50 is close enough. And which camera do I use? Yes, I use the Sony a6400 here with the 16mm Sigma f1.4 lens. And actually, yeah, if you check out, if I go back here again, this video here, behind the scenes, set, equipment, desk, and office tour, I kind of go through everything that I use. And you can see the 16mm lens here, and that's the ZVE10 camera. And that's what I normally use. But that lens is currently on this camera here while I'm doing this live stream. That's why the background is able to be blurry, because I'm using that lens. Love that lens. Dizzy Lizzy from Missouri, hello and welcome. Thanks for stopping in. Grethe Liz Bauman, hello from Denmark. Hello, welcome. Howdy from Kentucky. I have a question about starting a channel. I currently have a channel that has no original content. If I want to get monetized, should I just start a new channel? Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know how much work you've put into your current channel, but if it's not monetized, I mean, you can't, in my experience, you can't monetize a channel that doesn't have original content anyways. If it's not yours, then you may be unpleasantly surprised when YouTube tells you that we can't monetize you because that's not your content. So I probably would start a new channel if I were you, and just stick to the original content, your own stuff. You are a total pro. Love to follow along. You have so much to give, which is great. Help to us brand new YouTubers. Thanks again. Love it. No problem. No problem. I love doing these lives. They're fun. I never know what question's around the corner, and I'll answer it as best as I can. On my channel, I try to teach people how to carve wood spirit birdhouses. I've been doing it for 7 months and only have just over 200 subscribers. How can I get more? Yeah. So it sounds like a very niche topic that you're in, which is great. I mean, there's several things you could do. The bottom line is, what I've learned, the bottom line is, whatever you're making videos about, if you do it in such a way as you trying to help others, that is what people will come back for. That's what they want to see. And maybe that's what you're doing, and that, if so, that's great. But people will be less apt to want to watch a video of someone saying, look, here's a birdhouse that I built. I can do this, I can do that. I know how to do this. This is what I'm good at, blah, blah, blah. Versus, let's see if you spot the difference, a channel that goes, now, if you want to make a birdhouse that looks like this, I suggest getting this kind of wood because this wood is best with this. And if you do yourself a favor and get, this tool is what is the best tool to do this, and then you can make something that looks like this, and you can have something that looks like this if you do it the way that I've been doing it. You know what I mean? Like that, and it's just, I don't know how good an example that was, but basically, if you try to guide people through a process, that's what people like. And then, once you know what video you want to make that's going to take them through a process like that, when you're crafting your video, one neat little trick is to, at the very beginning of your video, show what the end product looks like. Like, do you want to make a birdhouse that looks like this? Like, look at this, you can do that. And I'm going to show you exactly how to make this. And then boom, then start your video and make your video. And, that first little section could be just you doing a voiceover, but the B-roll is of a later part of the video. That's one thing you could do. But besides all that, where you would probably want to start is in your analytics. So if you say you have 200 subscribers, I would go to your analytics, look at your videos, look at your videos that perform the best, and try to see how long people watched your video after they clicked it. Like look for the click-through rate. Okay, if the click-through rate is high, like say 8 to 10% or higher, that's pretty good. That means people are liking your thumbnails and titles, and they're clicking, and they're going to go see your video. Okay, so yeah, think of title and thumbnail. Those are the two things people see, and that's how you try to attract the click. Okay, now once you get the click, then they're in your video. Now what you want to look at is retention. Once people are watching your video, how long are they watching it for? Are they getting there and then leaving right away? Like if that time graph goes basically down to 10% almost right away, well, that means that they didn't stick around on average to watch it. So that would be a hint that maybe your content isn't good at keeping viewers around. Okay, so two basic things to look at. So now if your click-through rate isn't very good, let's say it's 1% of the people who are shown your thumbnail and title actually click on it, that's pretty low. Then you might want to focus on maybe reworking your title with better keywords, or your thumbnail, making a better thumbnail, things like that. So those are just some ideas. Hopefully that helped. Michael Pelletera says 1 minute music cut was from the CD music library. I paid for 1 minute cut, paid $600 for 10C. Oh, that sounds like a lot of money. So it sounds like you probably bought some rights. Then you may want to contact, yeah, if you bought the rights to use music in a video, then you perhaps have a case. I would contact that company that sold you the rights and get them to, I'm not exactly sure of the process, but there should be a way for them to remove the copyright strike if you legally bought the use of that music. So you might want to look into that. In my homeschool opinion, I made some songs and want to share them on my YouTube. Does me sharing my songs act as a copyright the moment I post it? That's a good question. I don't know for sure. I'm not a copyright lawyer, so I really don't know. I'm not familiar with the world of creating music. That might be something you need to look into, and it might involve a copyright lawyer. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how that works. How you get your copyright registered, for instance, so that YouTube will flag other people. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. So sorry about that. Leah Grant. Hello, Leah. How you doing? I made it. Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. And Leah is from Canada as well. Another Canadian. Awesome. Fatah says, guys, I have a YouTube channel, so the reason why I have YouTube channel for me is not to benefit. If my channel gets monetized, all the money from my channel I will donate to the homeless people. That is my goal. That's an awesome goal. Congratulations to you. That's a great goal to have. Absolutely. Because there sure are some homeless people around, for sure. Studio Tez Art says, what is the simplest microphone, Bluetooth, that I can use for both my phone and my camera? Yeah, well, the simplest would be, I actually just put it away. Find it here. Put it away, I don't know where I put it. The simplest one that I know of would be the one that comes, I gotta hide my face so it focuses, by Power DeWise, and it's just a lav mic. Just something like this, comes on a wire. And you can plug that into your phone if you have, you know, a proper cable like this. Well, this is for an iPhone. Without the iPhone, it just plugs into this. And it comes with another connector to allow you to plug that into your camera. Yeah, because they're two separate connections, right? Now, having said that, so when you say simplest, that's probably the simplest, because I think it's like $40 or $30, something like that, or 20 even in the US. But I actually have something coming today. I've ordered, and now it's a little more expensive. I've ordered the DJI, I forget what it's called. DJI mic, I think. It's wireless. And the transceiver will clip on here, and the receiver can either plug into my iPhone or my camera, I believe. But not only that, if the transmission doesn't work well, the transmitter also has storage on it, so it's also recording my voice to itself. So if the audio doesn't transfer over to my phone or my camera properly, I'll have a copy of it here that I can then sync up in editing, right? So yeah, that arrives today, and I plan on using it tomorrow and trying to get used to it. But that's a little more expensive. I wouldn't necessarily call that the simplest. And it depends what you want to do too. Like, I wanted to get that one because I want to go for a walk and walk up to like the end of the road here, up to a hill that has a gorgeous view of the bay and stuff. I want to make a video up there, and the freedom to be able to walk away from the camera, but still my audio is still good. That's what I like. So to do that, I had to break away from using a wire and then go wireless. So what are you doing? Where are you going? Yeah, so if you want mobility like that, then wireless is good. If you don't care about mobility, then you can get something more permanent. You know, there really isn't, I haven't really looked into a permanent microphone for an iPhone or any mobile phone other than that wired Power DeWise. Where are you going? She's going to step on some keys. If I disappear, it's because Peanut stepped on a button that she shouldn't have. But I don't know. I don't know if that helped, Studio Tez. Hopefully. XT, not related, but what breed is your cat? She is a ragdoll. She's a 13-year-old ragdoll. Don't go back. Say hi, Peanut. There. Say hi. Up here. Look, up here. Up here. Say hi. That's Peanut. She's a 13-year-old ragdoll. Yeah, purebred ragdoll. I don't think she's particularly smart, but she's lovable, and she's mine, and I love her, and she's great. And she likes hanging out with me here in the office. I don't know why I said I don't think she's that smart. She's as smart as... I probably say that because I grew up with dogs, and they would... And I don't know why I would equate smart to being, you know, a pet that comes when you ask it to. She obviously won't. She's a cat. She's going to do what she wants. Any suggestions on camera tutorials for beginners? Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint one because there are so many different kinds of cameras. You almost have to go to YouTube and search for your specific camera and on how to use it. I've done that many times with the A6400 and the ZVE10 because there's so many things in the menus. It could be hard to find what I'm looking for. But yeah, so I would hit YouTube for whatever camera you have, or you could even if you could even, you know, type in YouTube what are the best cameras to get, and you might want to think about what kind of videos you want to make. Are they tutorial videos? Are you in your office? Are you going to be sitting down all the time in front of a camera on a tripod? Or are you going to hold your camera? Do you want to go outside? All kinds of different things, and probably different cameras would be suggested for each different scenario. So yeah, it's a hard question to answer. So yeah, I would hit YouTube. And if you got your eye on a particular one, then look for a video that basically walks you through how to set it up. Theme park mobility. I'm here, better late than never. Hope that you are well. I am well. Thank you very much, and welcome. Did you ever get a chance to put together the list of programs, etc., that you have in your toolbox? No, I did not, unfortunately. I do have that written down. I was more thinking that it would be kind of a video that I would make, that kind of walked through everything that I use. But I can tell you, so list of programs, etc. So it's basically Canva is the number one. Again, yeah, I will put a list together, but Canva is the program other than my video editing program, which I use Camtasia most of the time. I also use DaVinci Resolve sometimes, but Camtasia I love, and I have used CapCut as well. What's going on here? So what do you, I think Peanut is moving some of my monitors around. Yeah, there you go. So Canva is my thumbnail and any image editor when I'm making, you know, the images on my YouTube channel, avatars, anything. I use Canva. That's the tool that I use the most. $6T plus. Hello, how you doing? Do you record your audio into a separate DAW? Regards, Alan. So I'm not recording it right now, but when I make a video, yes, I record my audio into Adobe Audition on my computer when I'm here at my desk. I use this microphone is plugged into my, you know, my audio interface, plugged into the computer. I open up Adobe Audition and I hit record on that. Then I hit record on the camera, and then I'm recording two different things, and I sync them up together in post or in editing. Whenever somebody says that they do something in post, they mean, post-production, like post-recording, basically after recording. Okay, so which means while they're editing. So when someone says, yeah, I do that in post, they do that when they're editing, when they're doing the video editing. Frank says, when should someone start to worry about numbers and analytics? I mean, you never really have to worry about them. I like numbers, so I'm looking at them all the time. If you're looking for clues as to what's working and what's not working in terms of your video's performance, you would go to the analytics and you would start looking for things and compare, you know, one video to the next, how the growth happened over time, you know, how many watch hours you get. I'm always looking at mine just because I'm looking for clues as to what kind, like how, you know, how do my longer videos perform in relation to my shorter videos? How do my tutorial videos compare to my, you know, just me speaking to the camera type videos? Always looking for clues as to what's working and what's not. And I dive right into the analytics to look at that. You know, that might sound daunting if you don't love numbers and graphs and all that stuff as much as maybe I do, but it really does help if you can understand it. So, but yeah, you don't. If things are working well for you and you're happy with the way things are going, I suppose you don't really have to look at them much at all. Yeah, but if you're looking for, you know, how do I get this to work better? Or how do I make a video perform better than that one? Well, then go into the analytics of that one and try to see, you know, is there a spike anywhere? You know, and actually, if I, at this point, I should probably take you into my analytics just because I just kind of wanted to show you that. I did say that I was going to talk about that today, didn't I? And it's already 3:30. Always takes me a while to get through the chats, but yeah, I've got it pulled up here. I'm going to get into my analytics and show you a few things in just a second. I'm almost through all of these, all the chats here. Let me just get caught up. Kim's Healing Journey. Hi, Rob. Hello, Kim. How you doing? I don't have a social media presence. Do I need to get one to grow my channel, or should I keep letting the YouTube algorithm do its thing? You can totally let YouTube do its thing. I wouldn't say you need a social media presence at all. It's just that if you had one, then you could use that to direct, you know, additional traffic to YouTube. But you can totally just focus on YouTube, and that's fine. You don't need social media anywhere else at all. I mean, sometimes, like if you start growing your channel and you want potential collaborators to be able to get in touch with you, sometimes Instagram DMs is a good way to do that. People are familiar with communicating that way, but that can totally be done through the YouTube About page. You can put your email address in there that you want people to be able to use to contact you, and then get people to contact you that way. That's fine. And then you don't need Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, any of those. So, yep, that's that. Thanks for the advice. I will show a finished birdhouse at the start of the next video and see how it goes. Perfect. Yeah, great idea. Or maybe even like, and try to keep the intro short. Like maybe cut like a bunch of different angles, like every 2 seconds show a different angle of it, or maybe different stages of building it, and then the final product, or the final product first and then a couple of just 1 to 2 seconds each of some of the better clips from within your video. Sometimes that'll keep people interested longer if they see, oh, that's cool, oh, that's cool, whoa, wow, yeah, oh, okay, and you're going to show all this in this video, great, I'm going to watch it, right? That's kind of the idea. The hook, try to hook them in. Grethielus Bauman says, do you have a suggestion for a good thumbnail, and how important is it? Good thumbnail is important for the click. Thumbnail plus title. The two of those things together are what is going to get people to click, right? So that's how you advertise your video. So very important. Like if you have, 4% click-through rate versus an 8% click-through rate, that's twice as many people who will go see your video if you get it up to 8%. Or over 10% would be fabulous. So it's very important. And as far as suggestions go, what I've been doing lately, which I find works, is just keep them simple. Simple. What I typically do is I take a screenshot of myself from within the video I just made, right? That's a screenshot. I then put that into my program that I use to make thumbnails, and then I'll add a little bit of text. Okay, that's really all I do. And if I go thumbnails and share this with you guys, So there, this is my thumbnail. So I wasn't sure which one to do there, but I think I went with this one with really no text except for what's on that screen there. That's tomorrow's video, by the way. That's the last video I did. Seems kind of dark, but I had that video out yesterday or Sunday, I think. And then that one was last week. So as you can see, they're all just a screenshot and then a little bit of text. Now it's important. Think of your title and your thumbnail as working together, and try not to be redundant. In other words, try not to put the exact text on your thumbnail as what you put in your title, because that's redundant. You don't need to. Put the keyword-rich words in your title, and then maybe put something else that supports it in your thumbnail. Okay, so like this video, what was my title? The title, if I just go back to content here. So the title was Estate Planning for Your YouTube Channel. And then in here I put When You Die. Okay, so together you get an idea of what the video is about, and that's, I'm trying to get people to click on it who are interested in that. Okay, now for this one, for tomorrow's video, unless I change the title, but as of right now, the title I've got in here is No Ideas? Here's How to Start Talking on YouTube. Okay, again, I might change it, I'm not sure yet, but that's if you've got no ideas how to make a YouTube video. And the thumbnail is just me holding up, nothing to say, talk about it. And in fact, where are we? That is the actual piece of paper that I had taped to my tripod. Now, if you notice, the words here aren't near as, like, they don't fill the whole page, but they do here. That's the power of video editing. Or not video editing, image editing. So if you look here, if I click on this, ungroup, is that a group as well? See that? See what I did there? You can see what I covered up? I blew it up and I made it a little darker so it stood out more. So I'm just going to Control Z to back that up. So anyways, just a little trick there because I wanted those words to stick out, but I actually did hold up the piece of paper. Okay, so yeah, so simple. I like simple for thumbnails. Keep it simple, interesting. You want to try to get people to click. So hopefully that helps. Where are we? Not Phil. Hello, Not Phil. Any tips on optimizing shorts for YouTube? Excuse me. So optimizing shorts. So there's a program that you can use. There's actually two that I'm familiar with. Submagic and Opus Clip are two basically AI powered services you can use to create your clips. I've created them from scratch, and I've also used AI to create them for me. Shorts, I find shorts, it depends on what you're gonna do with these shorts and reels. But to optimize them, yeah, keep in mind when people are watching shorts and reels and TikToks, their attention spans are much shorter. Okay, so you kind of have to get your point across quickly or be very interesting throughout the entire time. So the same kind of rules apply. You want people to watch your videos all the way through, and with shorts, perhaps more than once. Yeah, you need to be able to hold their attention during that time. So maybe that means make them a little shorter, like 15 seconds. I like 15 seconds, but if it's really interesting, then perhaps you can go as long as a minute. I think with shorts you can go longer than a minute, but I always keep mine less than that because I think it's Instagram that has a 1 minute maximum, and then TikTok. So when I make one, I make it so that it can be used for all three, and then I upload them to all three. So that's kind of what I do. But In terms of how to optimize them, yeah, you just got to be quick with your message. It's got to be interesting. And maybe you can leave something out that will get them to click through to watch your full-length video. That's kind of the approach I'm trying right now. And I'll let you know if if it works. I'm going to be making a video very soon on how I make my shorts, probably within the next 2 weeks or so. And by then I should have some feedback, some data to back up whether or not it's been working for me or not. So that's kind of the plan. So where am I? We have another super chat, the Weezer. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Share the love, people. Thank you very much. That's awesome. I think I skipped ahead here. Oh no, here we go. I loved your video from yesterday. Something no one thinks about. Okay, that's the when you die video. The estate planning. Yeah, that's so actually it wasn't an original idea. Somebody in one of my comments through one of my videos asked about that. So I had to make sure that I said I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an estate planner or anything like that. But I did some research and found what are some of the things you should be looking for. Yeah, depending on your country, it's probably best to get some legal advice as to exactly what. But just try to think about making things easier for whoever's going to, if you want your channel to survive beyond you, whoever's going to take it over, try to make it easy on them. All you need is an idea. Absolutely. 1,000 thanks. I'll try that. Simple is best. Simple is definitely best. One other thing with the thumbnails, try not to put too much text on them, because also try to picture that a good number of people look at YouTube from their mobile phones. So your thumbnails are kind of small, right? So that's a little trick that I do too, is I'll go here to this page here, and I'll change the zoom and I'll make them really small, and can I still read it, right? That's what I do. I'll quickly, so if you notice the text I have there is usually no more than 3 or 4 words. Well, that one's longer there. Yeah, you want to keep it simple. You want people to be able to see what's on it, even on a small phone. Now this one here, I don't know how good that's going to be, because that's really not that big. Actually, I thought that was bigger than that. I think that was zoomed in like this. Anyway, I'll look at that. I'll make sure it's the way I want it. So I wanted to make that as big as possible, the text. Maybe I should have rewritten that, but it was an afterthought. But anyways, we'll see how that goes. That'll be 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll have that video out. All things pink and possible. Hello, and how you doing? Do you feel shorts bring traffic to your channel? Yes, some. I don't think a lot right now, but I think I'm also in the stage of YouTube is still kind of trying to figure out what my shorts are all about. So I've only been really posting them consistently for a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that, maybe 10 days or so. So I'm going to give it a good 30-day run and see how it goes. And then I'll be able to let you know how it worked. But I have heard that the longer you stay consistent with them, then it will help. And I do notice I get some subscribers from my shorts. So that's a little bit of an indication that it does work. Royal Roadies, hello, how you doing? Just beginning this journey and can't thank you enough for all your valuable information. No problem. I'm hoping this helps some people, for sure. And any answers that I don't know the answer of, I'll usually try to find the answers for you. Okay, so what did I say I was going to do? I was going to show you my analytics, right? We got 3:42 here, so we've got another 20 minutes or so. So incidentally, Today's live is going to be a little shorter. Not a little shorter. It's going to be about the same as it was last 2 weeks. So 2 hours. But I'm not going to go beyond that because an hour after that, so at 5 o'clock my time, 4 o'clock Eastern, I have a call with the VIPs of Creators Cove. Just like a coaching, we're doing our first coaching call today. So I have to be available for that. So that's why. But if I go, let me share this with you. So am I on June? Yes. So analytics. So what's the best thing to show you here? There's so many different things you can look at with analytics. This is the main, so I've clicked here, analytics. Okay, that brings us, that's real time. If I go, like in here, you can change the date. So if I go back to June, so this is June, you can look at the views by day. And you can get some hints down here. So here, this little symbol here means live stream. I did a live stream that day. And one of the things I wanted to show you was if I click watch time, okay, when I do live streams, you typically see a spike in the watch time. So that's 110 hours that day, 96 that day, 120 that day. So doing live streams, is very good for watch hours, okay? A lot of people tend to struggle to get the amount of watch hours they want to get. They're okay with the number of subscribers, but it's the watch hours they want more help with. Do live streams. It really, really helps. And then these play buttons here are videos that I released and on the date. So you can go up and see the date. That's June 10th. Now, why this big spike here? June 4th was the date that Camtasia came out with their latest version. Camtasia 2024 was launched that day. And I had a couple videos leading up to that date been advertising that I'm going to go live that day and I'm going to go through all the new features of the latest version of Camtasia. So a lot of people knew that I was going to do that, and a bunch of people showed up, and 322 watch hours. I think there were 70 some people in the stream that week. It was awesome. And yeah, that's why that big spike. But always tend to get a bit of a spike on days I release videos. So at this point, I was releasing 3 videos a week and then a live stream. 3 videos, then a live stream. Okay, that's kind of what I was doing. And you can check your views, right, per day. And if you ever want to change the date, like the range, so this is looking at June. And if you noticed here, it only shows 3 months. Well, you can always go to custom here. Okay, and if I don't want to look at June, I can use my mouse wheel and I can scroll back. Let's look at May. May 1st to May 31st and apply. There's May. Okay, so again, it was pretty constant. Yeah, and you can look at any date. If I wanted to look at the first 6 months of the year, let's go custom. And on this first, let's just scroll back to January 1st. And that says May 31st. Let's go to June 30th. That's the first 6 months of the year. Apply. There you go. There's the first 6 months of the year. Now, this huge spike here, that is because I did a short, a YouTube short that got a lot of views. It got over 5,000 views. And that's why it spiked like that. Now, shorts, the watch hours you get from shorts don't count towards your watch hours, towards the 4,000 you need to get monetized. Just be aware of that. So that kind of skewed that. And here's the watch hours of that short. It wasn't a lot because it was only 15 seconds long or so. But also, just so you know, with any of these highlighted, okay, there's the estimated revenue, there's the number of subscribers I was getting per day. And again, so we're looking at 6 months here. So in the first half of this year, I got almost 72,000 views, 5,000 watch hours, 1,200 subscribers, and I earned $258. So I got monetized right around here. It was the end of May 26th. Okay, and also with any of these, no matter which tab you have selected here, you can scroll down and get a breakdown by video. So again, I'm on views, 71,000 views. If I come down here, I can see that 7,300 of those views came from this short that I did on DaVinci Resolve. Okay, and you can also click this and you can go and see the performance of that short over the same period. Actually, no, that's March 11th till now, because March 11th is when I put it out. You can see, though, it just went crazy over about a 2-day period. Okay, for whatever reason, the YouTube algorithm picked it up and decided to show it to a bunch of people, and that's what happens. Okay, let me just go back here. January to June still. Then we've got this video here, my favorite Camtasia animations. So in the first 6 months, that was a very popular one. My most popular long form video. So if we click on it, you can see since published. So I made this video March 18th, and you can see how the views have grown, how many watch time hours I've gotten just from that one video, how many subscribers I've gotten from that one video, and how much revenue from that video. Okay, so that's kind of what you can do. And these are the other graphs that I was telling you about. So for this video, this is the retention graph. So you can look at this to try to see where people are leaving from watching your video. And it gives you some clues. So 7 minutes and 24 seconds is the average view duration. So the average person is watching just 7.5 minutes of this video. This video is over 33 minutes long, which is pretty long for a video. 69% of viewers are still watching at the 30-second mark, which is above typical. So that's good. You want messages like that. And average percentage viewed 21.9%. So the average viewer saw 22% of the video. Okay, but then you can look for little things like this, like a spike here. This must have been a very interesting part, because on average, people are rewinding and seeing that part again. So you can click here and then click play.
Just animation and drag it down. Now you can either drag it over to the end where it'll put the fade at the end. First animation, let's have a quick look.
Okay, and just, you can try to get an idea for, okay, what was so special about that moment in time? Like, why were people rewatching that part? And try to learn from that, okay? Same thing here, another little tiny spike there, another tiny spike here, here. And for the most part, people who are watching it at this point are watching it to the very end, right? So there's usually a pretty good drop off at the beginning. Yeah, so that's kind of typical. I mean, that's kind of low, because this is all around, this is under 20% from here on. So yeah, so use the retention graph to get some clues, try to find out, when people are dropping off, and then try to figure out, okay, what did I show then? Why were they leaving? Okay. Now, this graph doesn't show up for about 2 to 3 days after you've posted a video. So it takes a couple days for this to show up. Okay. And now if we go back, so let me just go back here again. So again, yeah, so it lists all your videos for that period. Again, watch time hours, subscribers, and you can always click on any video to go look at the details for that video. There you can see there were some spikes here and here. Okay, and just try to learn from it. You can also get the real-time activity, last 24 hours, last 60 minutes. There's been one view of this video. Okay. Now, if I go to something a little more current, if we go to July, this is where I had that video go crazy, the over 40 video, which was this one here. Yeah, that one there. Why people over 40 must start a YouTube channel. I released that on Friday, July 5th. 881 views, which was pretty good for that time. And then 10,000 views the next day. It's like, wow, that's crazy. And then 33,000 views the next day. Insane. So if we want to try to learn some more from it, we can click on it. Here it is here. And then we can look at the graph, right? So we can see, so it had a spike up here for the first week or so. Started to flatten out, but still always getting views. And then another little spike up. And yeah, it's had 381,000 views so far. And it's still getting views. We can look, that's the last 48 hours, 2,800 views. The last hour has had 85 views, and so on. So you can also click to see more, and that's the real-time for that video. Okay, last 60 minutes, last 2 days. Okay, so that's just an idea. Oh, can I just, if I go back, trying to think of channel analytics. Yeah, so if you have any questions about any of this, feel free to ask. But yeah, that's a rough idea of how to navigate through your analytics and what you should be looking for. Click-through rate, sorry, is another one. So for this video here, again, let's click on this video. If we go to reach, we can see the click-through rate of 6.4%. That's average. It started off really, really good, 6.4 up to 9.6%. It's been slowly coming down a little bit over time. You know, there's probably some people that have seen it who are getting it served up to them again. So they're not going to click it again. They've already seen it. Okay, so that's what that's all about. And you can also scroll down and see, you know, how people are getting to your video. You know, search terms, all kinds of other things like that. Browse features. So they're coming in through browse primarily, 88%, almost 89%. Okay, so yeah, so that'll give you an idea of stats and analytics and what to look for. So hopefully that helps as well. Let me just check. I think got another chat here. Chadwick Anthony. Hello, Chadwick. How you doing? Hi, Rob. I have a few random videos to post and not sure yet which direction I want to take. Been doing reels and short videos on nature, food reviews, and Titanic creative project, and a few live videos. Sounds good. If you're not sure which direction to go, don't stress too much about it, because your first several videos are going to be basically you practicing anyways. That's the way I would look at it. Because if you try to fast forward to a couple of years from now, let's say you've got a very successful channel, at that point, all of your subscribers who are watching your videos regularly and have arrived and probably found you more recently, like 2 years from now, and may not have ever even seen your first videos. Okay, so that's why I like to say your first videos are basically for you. They're for you to get good at making videos, to get good at talking on camera, to get good at editing and all the things, thumbnail design, all that stuff. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't. And also, because you're gonna probably lean on your viewers and commenters who leave comments in your videos, lean on them to try to figure out what video to make next. They'll tell you, like, even especially if you ask in your videos, so what do you want to see from me next? Let me know in the comments below, right? Something like that. If you keep doing that on your videos, then they will more often than not ask you to expand on something that was in the video they just watched, or something related to it, and then make videos on what they're asking for. And then before you know it, your audience has basically guided you into the direction that they want you to go, right? So that's why you shouldn't spend too much time to try to really hone in on a niche and a topic for all your future videos, because you may not know yet which way you want to go. Okay, so hopefully that helps. All righty. Really good live stream. Thanks. No problem at all. I'm going to have to wrap this up pretty soon, because I've got about an hour before I'm going live again in the VIP of Creators Cove. If you guys don't know what Creators Cove is, I've got a link to it down below where you can watch a little intro video, and I talk about it. It's basically a place, a community where people over 40 who are trying to get into YouTube or want to get into YouTube can go and talk amongst themselves and ask questions that I'll answer, or other people in the community will answer. We've got over 50 people in there now. VIP members also get it's every 2 weeks we'll do a live call, which is kind of like a Q&A, just like this, but on a much smaller scale, a little more, what's the word? Like, if you have a question about your specific channel, I'll go to your channel and you know, we'll talk about your thumbnails, we'll talk about your videos or whatever, right? And as that grows, then it won't be as intimate, I guess, as it is now. But yes, dancing alone, intimate. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, so that's what that's all about. So Creators Cove. And I don't even know, like my marketing is a little bit off. I've been saying Creators Cove is free with the purchase of the course, or you can look at it the other way. The course is free with the purchase of Creators Cove, whichever way you want to look at it. And that all might change in time because I've got some other courses in my head. They're not, I haven't started making them yet, that I'm going to make. There's going to be a Camtasia editing course coming relatively soon, like within a couple of months. Yeah, that's the idea. People within Creators Cove get courses at a discount. Whenever you get a course, you get another 12 months added to your Creators Cove membership. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. There's also a lot of behind the scenes videos that I post there in the Peanut Gallery. That being Peanut. She finally found her spot. Say hi, Peanut. Found her spot. So I should take advantage of that and make a video with her behind me, because a lot of people love that. They love Peanut. I think they come to see Peanut more than they come to see me. So there you go. That's it. It's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks again, everybody. I'll be here again next week. Same time, 2-hour live stream to take your questions. And also, again, tomorrow there's going to be a video I'm coming out with at, I think, 9 o'clock. What to say when you got nothing to say, basically, is what that's all about. And it's not that long. I think it's only 9 minutes. So you'll be happy to know that. I think the last one I made was too long. It was like 40 minutes. So yeah, 9-minute video tomorrow. And then I'm going to go outside and make a video for later in the week, probably Friday. So that's the plan. Again, thanks for watching. My name is Rob. And I hope to see you in next week's live stream or in the comment section of tomorrow's video. All right? Take care, guys. Bye.